special chronometer breakdown for you. I'm gonna compare 2 full days of eating, one raw vegan obviously, and the other one is gonna be meat based. Both days have equal calories and they're both based upon my own experiences. The raw vegan day is how I eat nowadays, and the meat based day is how I used to eat back in the day as a meat eater. Alright, so let's jump into chronometer. Let's do this. We are in chronometer, and as you can see, I start out the day with fenugreek seeds, with chia seeds, frozen strawberries, pineapple and protein powder. I have to mention here, I only listed protein powder as a supplement in the raw vegan day and in the meat eating day. So we have a fair comparison. I'm not listing any other supplements, no vitamin supplements, what have you, even though I am consuming a B12 supplement. Okay, let's get going. Lentil sprouts, lettuce, bok choy, cabbage, mushrooms, sea salt, carrots, all of that comes together into 2 meals, 2 separate salads. A banana, raw peanuts, raw sunflower seeds, and obviously some water. With all this consumed, I reach 2,148 calories and I get to 143 grams of protein, 320 grams of carbohydrates, and 65 grams of fat. So those are the macros, and now we're gonna check out the micros. So as you can see, everything is covered. As I said, carbs, fats, protein, that's not an issue, but let's look into the amino acids. So as you can see, cysteine, histidine, isoleucine, leucine, so on and so forth, everything is well above 200%. Some of them reach even 600% and more. So yet again, not protein deficient. Okay, and the B vitamins as well, everything is covered, everything sufficient. B1 255%, B2 270%, B3 230%, so on and so forth. As always, the B12 just 6% coming from raw mushrooms. So yet again, make sure to supplement. I do supplement, but I didn't list it here, so we have a fair comparison. So the other vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin C, everything is covered. Vitamin D is an issue. Again, vitamin D is mushroom derived, but I highly recommend for anybody living in a cold country to supplement vitamin D. Let's check the minerals here. Calcium, all good, 134%, copper 586%, iron yet again 842%. So clearly not anemic, clearly no issues. Even if you want to say that, hey, the iron out of plants isn't that good absorbable compared to meat, okay, that might be, but if you consume 842% of your daily RDAs, I guess you will get in something. Okay, magnesium, manganese, phosphorus, potassium, selenium, sodium, zinc, all of that looks perfectly fine. Okay, so let's skip ahead and check out how I used to eat. So, this was meat-based as an omnivore. My usual breakfast used to be oats with 1 cooked egg and with 200 grams of egg whites and a little bit of whey protein for the taste. So I blended everything together and then I added a banana on top. That was my go-to breakfast back in the day. Oats with egg whites. The bodybuilders know what I'm talking about. Okay, so the second and the third meal used to be basmati rice, just cooked, and chicken breast with some broccoli on the side. So 2 meals, as I said, basmati with chicken, rice and chicken. Again, bodybuilders know what I'm talking about. That was a go-to meal. And as my last meal, I would eat a Magerquark. The Germans know what I mean. It is a German dairy product similar to Greek yogurt, but a little bit thicker, and it is fat-free. So I used to eat 1 packet of Magerquark, I used to add some nuts, some peanuts, some mixed nuts, whatever was in the house, and I added a little bit of whey protein for the taste again, vanilla or chocolate, what have you, and of course I would be drinking a lot of water during the day. So this is what I used to eat back in the day, as I said, and with this I reached as well 2148 calories. So we have the exact same calories here, so we can really compare what's what. Let's check the macros. So I reached 222 grams of protein, so much more than on the raw vegan diet, that is true. And back in the day I was convinced that I need 200 or 300 or 400 grams of protein. Not saying that you don't need protein, as I constantly remind you guys, you do. You need protein. It doesn't matter if you're vegan, if you're raw vegan, if you're omnivore, pescatarian, what have you. Protein builds muscles. Carbs and fats are energy. Protein are building blocks. So therefore make sure to get your protein in. Back to the meat eating day, 222 grams of protein. I reached 235 grams of carbs and only 40 grams of fat. So it was pretty low fat back in the day. If you compare this with the raw vegan day, you will see that I increased my carbohydrates, because now I have 320 grams of carbs and 65 grams of fat. So I decreased my protein consumption a bit, and therefore I increased my energy consumption a little bit. It makes me feel much better. It doesn't matter if you're vegan, raw vegan or an omnivore. You might want to check your macros, and if you can, compromise and go a little bit lower with the protein and increase your energy source. Obviously, needless to say, you will feel much better. So play around with that. But macros aside, how do the micros look like? This is where it gets really interesting. First things first, the fiber. Only 35 grams of fiber, and that is 94% of my RDA. Compare that to the raw vegan day and you will see that I reached 85 grams of fiber, which is 220%, measuring it by the RDA. The next issue is the omega-3s and 6s. As you can see, on a meat-eating diet, I didn't meet my requirements. So, I'm not saying, hey dude, you cannot meet your requirements on a meat-eating diet. Of course not. If you would eat a ton of fish, you would be fine. But in my case, because I was on a low-fat, low-carb bodybuilding diet, you can clearly see I have only 1 gram of omega-3 and 8 gram of omega-6s on that given day. And this is how I used to eat for years and years on end. It can be very tricky, so therefore, always keep in mind, not only as a vegan, not only as a raw vegan, as a omnivore, you can get deficient as well. So always check what you put into your mouth. Here's Chronometer, you can do it for yourself. It's pretty easy. But let's move ahead. Let's check the protein. Needless to say, of course, everything is well above 200 and 300% on the meat-eating diet. But let's compare the amino acids, the meat-based, animal-based amino acids, to the raw vegan amino acids. Because a lot of people think that yes, you can get enough protein on a vegan or on a raw vegan diet, but do you get sufficient amounts of the right amino acids? So let's look into that. So as you can see, here we go with the meat-eating day, 220 grams of protein, so that is obviously even more overall, but cysteine is at 310%, and on the raw vegan day we have 440%, so it's even more on the raw vegan day. Then histidine is at 230% on the meat-based day, and it is at 419% on the raw vegan day. So again, raw vegan wins. Isoleucine, the BCAAs, now it gets interesting, is at 356% animal-based. Raw vegan is at 502%. So again, raw vegan wins. Now, leucine is at 267%, and on the raw vegan day, it's at 380%. Okay, let's move ahead. Lysine, 231% on the animal-based day. I actually hate this term, but I don't know how to call it otherwise. So, again, lysine, 231%, and on the raw vegan day, it's 381%. Yet again, raw vegan is superior. How about methionine? Methionine is at 333% on the meat-based day, and it is at 288% on the raw vegan day. So slightly less. Still well above the RDA, but slightly less in comparison to the meat-based day. Yes, I know people will say I'm biased now if I talk about this, but I'm sure you heard about it if you are vegan. Methionine is linked to all kinds of diseases, so actually you don't want to go too high in methionine. Therefore, it is actually better to be a little bit lower on that. And on top of that, methionine isn't really necessary to build muscle per se. It's much more about the branched chain amino acids, so leucine, for example, is way more important. But yet again, this is not me making any excuses. I mean, check it out. Methionine is at 288%, so that is sufficient either way. How about phenylalanine? Do I pronounce that right? Phenylalanine is at 404% on the animal-derived day, and it is at 662% on the raw vegan day, so 200% more than on the meat-based day. That is crazy, that's just insane. How about threonine? Threonine, whatever. It is 290% on the meat-based day, and it is at 436% on the raw vegan day. I don't even know how this works. Tryptophan, 358% meat-based, 385% raw vegan. So again, more amino acids on the raw vegan day. Tyrosine, 270% on the meat-based day, 431% raw vegan. Valine, 339% on the meat-based day, 469% raw vegan. So, there you go. I think we have the most important question out of the way. Not only in terms of quantity, protein quantity overall, but in terms of the amino acids. So there you have it, guys. Amino acids all covered. But let's jump into the vitamins, because we as vegans, we hear it all the time. The B vitamins, you are not getting enough. You need to eat meat for B vitamins. So let's take a look. What did I eat back in the day? B1, 79%. B2, 167%. B3, 51%. B5, B6 looking good. B12 deficient. What is going on here? So guys, listen, I'm not doing this video to mock meat eaters or whatever. I don't see myself in team vegan against team meat eater or what have you. I've been eating meat all my life, so I'm not gonna sit here and hate against meat eaters and yada yada yada. This is just to have a fair comparison, because I didn't know that back in the day. When I was eating meat, I was certain that I get all my minerals and vitamins and whatnot. But now if we look into this, even though I've been eating 400 grams of chicken breast a day, dairy products, eggs and all that stuff, you can see, hey, B1 isn't sufficient, B3 isn't sufficient, and B12 isn't sufficient either. And if you compare that to the raw vegan day, you will see, hey, B1 I was at 255%, the B3 was at 231%. Sure, I was deficient in B12, just 6% on the raw vegan day, but on the meat-based day, I'm deficient as well. So therefore, as I said, I didn't list my B vitamins here, my supplements that I take nowadays, but you can see that just from the food source itself, you will be deficient either way if you don't plan it right. Okay, let's move ahead. Folate, vitamin A and vitamin C looking good on the meat-based diet, but vitamin D deficient as well. Same as in the raw vegan day, you can see there is a deficiency. So as I said, meat eater, vegan, what have you, if you are living in a cold climate, you want to supplement vitamin D as well. But not only the vitamins are a concern, obviously the minerals. How about calcium? You need to drink milk to get calcium, so on and so forth. We heard that quite a bit. So let's check it out. How about calcium then? As you can see, 48%. That's not even half of my RDA. And as I said, I consumed a whole box of maga quark. That's like half a kilogram of Greek yogurt. And I'm still not meeting my RDAs. What's up with that? 48%. If you compare that with the raw vegan day, I was at 134% on the raw vegan day. So I'm getting much more calcium on the raw vegan day. And yet again, if you are concerned with absorption, I'm at 134%, so I'm sure that I will absorb a little bit more than 48% that I used to consume back in the day, animal-based. Okay, but the rest, copper, iron, magnesium, manganese, phosphorus, potassium, selenium, all looking good. Sodium is a little bit too high on the meat-based day, but zinc, out of all minerals, zinc is a little low. So this is another one that you would expect vegans to be deficient in. But as you can see, on my meat-based diet back in the day, I had a deficiency in zinc as well. So there you have it, the chronometer breakdown video. As I said, this is not to hate on anyone. This is not to prove that the raw vegan diet is the best. And this is certainly not to attack anyone that is eating meat-based. This is just my perspective as the channel's name, and this is how I used to eat. I know that you can meet your requirements on a meat-based diet, and I know that you can be deficient on a raw vegan diet. All of that is possible if you don't plan right. Back in the day, I didn't have chronometer, so now that I have the possibility, I typed in everything that I used to eat just out of curiosity. I wanted to see, hey, was I really all set back in the day, or was there maybe a deficiency or two? And once I checked it, I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. I was so sure that everything was covered back in the day, but there you have it. So therefore I believe that this video is really interesting for everybody that thinks a vegan diet is always deficient and a meat-based diet will always get you covered. So this is not the case if you don't plan it right. Alright, and that's it for today's video. Guys, in case you didn't notice, I got demonetized. You know me, I don't want to whine. As I said before, everyone hates a complainer, but if you haven't noticed, all of my videos got demonetized. Why is that so? I have no idea. I've written YouTube, I asked them, they demonetized every single video. So I'm doing this for free. I don't want to be like all those other YouTubers, hey, here's my Patreon link and all I'm asking of you is to head over to my Patreon and give me money. This is ridiculous, it's crazy to me. I really have no idea how anybody does that. So I want to ask you guys, because I'm fairly new to the whole system of Patreon, what would you like to see? Because hey, if you pay for something, you want something your money's worth, or at least that's how I see that. I don't want you to spend your money on me for no apparent reason. Sure, those videos are free, but I love doing them. So therefore, if you head over to my Patreon and you want to make a donation, great, thank you very much. But what I would like of you guys is to post down below what you want to see on my Patreon, so we can make this interactive, and if you want to support me, I can come up with unique content for you guys. So I think this is fair and that makes sense, because otherwise I would just feel like a beggar, man, and that's not me. I really can't understand how anybody else does that. Like, oh, head to my Patreon and give me money, please. Can you give me money, please? Like, that is fucking crazy, man. Honestly, I don't get it. I have no idea. But anyways, that is neither here nor there. This is the situation. As I said, I'm getting zero money for my videos. So if you want to support me and if you have great ideas for my Patreon, post down below. Alright guys, so if you like this video, leave me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And as always, guys, much love and peace.